Hey everybody, welcome to the Lunar Lowdown with me, Sally Nurney. This is the lowdown for the new moon in Sidereal Gemini. When I asked the star beings what it was they wanted shared for this new moon, I was immediately touched by the symbol of Gemini. This symbol has this beautiful container of the human being. We've come out of Taurus, we've talked a lot about container, and here it is in the symbol for Gemini. And then we have this rooted base above, a receptive bowl held to the heavens. And what this symbol is showing is the interchange of energies, nourishment that happens between the body of the earth and its surrounding environment of the cosmos. This is the opportunity of the human being to be a through point. The star beings indicated immediately how these two vertical supports for the communication between heaven and earth that is part of the human being's job here can be broadened, widened, increasing the space within which we hold our own lives and one another in compassion, forgiveness, and growth. The star beings said, widen your stance, settle into your feet, broaden your rib cage, breathe, and receive. And as I journeyed more deeply into this vision with them, I was struck immediately with an energy that came straight down into my being and then nestled there and then flared out horizontally, still within me, but filled me, came down in, brightened up, and this to me was something we learned last year, the seed, the star seed that arrives at the time of the longest light of the year, solstice. Just a couple of days was the celestial moment, but we're in a zone within which the light is long and the energy pours down from the sun in abundance. Gemini, the vessel who receives, that holds something precious for the star beings to be given into the earth at the longest night this winter. Are you willing? To be a vessel for star energy that arrives at this time of peak light is important. Yet trained as we are in our culture to see ourselves, our personalities, as something very important, we may not understand this function and yearn to know more about the seed's specificity and how it relates to me. When I put this forward to the star beings, they showed me an image of the sacred riverbank that channels the life-giving waters humbly. And the riverbanks don't ask themselves, why are we so special? It's just a function of their form. And so I'm here to humbly entreat you to consider that, yes, while you have a very important personality, consider also that your form functions in some very primal ways, and the star beings ask you to set our banks wide, open our arms in receptivity, and allow that light that is ours to carry for 6 months to come and land within us. Are you willing? And let's dig into a little bit of what is personal for this specific new moon. We have Jupiter square to Mars, and while these two characters get along really well, a square, as we talked about in the last video, is a confrontive energy, and it requires that we navigate the energies of the two players, in this case Jupiter and Mars. And by navigate, I mean deal with. Deal with your Mars impatience and any Jupiter overexuberance. If you can do this, together they may give you just what you need to overcome any fears or blocks, because together they give you an awful lot of confidence. But be careful of overconfidence. Don't take massive risks where you can't afford to lose. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about Jupiter. Jupiter is in Virgo, the divine mother, and is playing around with Spica, which is the sheaf of wheat in her hand. Jupiter in Virgo encourages all of us to lean further into the support of the divine feminine and the divine mother, to rebalance the energies that are shall we say, not quite balanced, a little wacky, off kilter, bizarre. Let's go to the chalkboard. Let's go to the chalkboard. I'd like to offer a little orientation to the physicality of the stars, because if I've learned anything in the 15 years plus that I've worked with the star beings, it's that through an understanding of how things are physically arranged and move, a pathway opens of understanding and communion to the star beings. You know this from your other practices already. What I'm talking about here is taking the conceptual and turning it into the experiential. By going outside under the night sky and finding these objects for ourselves, we strengthen our ability to attune to them. And once we start there, it just keeps deepening. So you will participate in this by heading outside at sunset or just after sunset, before the night has lost its blue and has yet to become black. And you'll look to the south. You'll see one object and one object only. It's Jupiter. By heading out before the night has had the opportunity to fill the rest of the southern sky with points of light will give you the advantage you need to find this fellow. Once you've located Jupiter and the night does start to lose more light and richen in its darkness, you'll see something just to the left of Jupiter. It's a star, and its name is Spica. I pronounce it Spica. Some people might say Spica. I'm not sure. This star stands at 29 degrees out of 30 of the constellation of Virgo. Jupiter is pretty much in the middle of Virgo. So already you've identified the constellation of Virgo. It stretches from about here to somewhere out there. Watch as the night sky fills it in with points of light. Depending on your light pollution, you may not see her that strongly, but it is the area of the sky that matters more than finding the shape or the exact outlines of any of these constellations. This is a star that I count among a handful of extremely important stars within the zodiac. This star mediates to us the mysteries of life begetting life and the miracle of nourishment and the exchange between beings for energy and life force. The next friend I want to introduce you to is above both of these. And again, as the night starts to deepen, this one will pop out unmistakably as well above the two of them. Arcturus. Arcturus is not in the zodiacal ring of stars. He's not in one of the constellations of the 12. He's in another one. Go look it up. The distance that I've drawn him here above these two is a little bit shorter than you're going to find when you go outside. But I wanted to tuck him down here so I don't run out of board. You'll easily find him from this next piece I'll show you. With the name Arcturus, it's really easy to remember how to find him. This star lives just off of the arc of the handle of the Big Dipper. So when you follow him up, you will find points right to him. From my time spent with this star, I believe this is a sacred, masculine, divine energy of protection. This is a knight or a kingly energy. And I believe that all the time, Arcturus and Spica are working together in a beautiful energy of the sacred union between the forces of masculine and feminine. Learning how to find them during these summer months will serve you all year round. Jupiter's presence in Virgo gives us an extra boost around these energies of nourishment and the marriage between the masculine and the feminine. Jupiter is spending an extended time in Virgo. He's been moving back and forth over the star of Spica. He was here in January and February. Now he's here. He'll make his last pass over this star September 5th this year. I believe this is an opportunity to dig into the themes of expanding, opening to receive more of what the feminine knows and what she'd like to share with us. One last tidbit, if you don't already know, you can find the North Star, the point upon which our whole planet rotates, simply by following these two stars out quite a ways. And just about over here, you'll find the North Star. So get out there, find these objects, and commune. I look forward to hearing what you experience. Got it? Good. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to your reflections. Bye.